we could cash fund that.
Something we could look at.
Dollars in there, and that's a,
I mean, that's always a possibility. I think this is,
Or you
Every
could
year.
go ahead and accept the loan and then pay it off early.
Is there a penalty for
I don't
payment?
think there's a penalty for early payment. But we just got that information Friday, so we don't have the terms of the agreement yet. Kind of premature on that, but usually there's not for public entities.
The one thing I like about this is that what we're looking at approving are projects that have been on there for the whole 3 years that I've been on the board. So we're gonna get some stuff. The SCADA upgrade has been on there for at least 3 years, but the lift station telemetry, you know, the large pool surface, we're getting a lot of stuff that's been on the CIP taken care of, and yet we're able to maintain what's been the historical balance in the MMA account, the district's checking account.
that was just, you had done, right, Ms. Childers, that we typically
Carry about,
$1 million.
about $1 million, $1.3 million, something like that.
Yeah, so we would only be going back to that, and we would be investing the rest in the district, in our property owners' interests.
Comment on something I mentioned earlier, and that is what Bob mentioned, some of the CFP projects that have been approved but then not done. And in some cases, that's good, and in other cases, maybe. Thinking of the country club building, right now, if you're in a wheelchair there, button to push to get out of any door, any door. So I think that's a line item that more heard, but I think that's something we really should push on. Also, the restrooms up there by the pro shop, as you come in the door, we talked about that a lot, and they're pretty bad. Raising prices on golf, and we're spending money on the greens and a lot of things to make the golf course really attractive to get a lot of outside play. We need to put some money into that building. That would be one area. As you mentioned, I'm glad we're doing pond improvement and so forth on 5 ponds. But I think what I'd like to do is make sure that there's a concern from the citizens, and it's a legitimate.
We put off a lot of things, and if we can get this budget approved and something, we decide down the road, this is a projection, we decide down the road that we want to put $20,000 in the bathrooms, both Barry and the pro shop. Knowing that we have cash available. And again, we've got our cash position will be in such a shape that smaller projects like that, if we find someone to do the ADA doors to come in, which I think would be, I think that's as important as a lot of things we, if that done, those are all things that we can have money to take care of.
Commissioner Stevens had a comment. He decided to,
I'm looking at my watch.
Yeah, I know. We'll get done here. We're gonna wrap this up. So are we complete our commissioners' discussion on the budget for 2024? Does anyone wish to speak in favor or in opposition to the motion to approve the budget? And I had Mr. Mills.
CIP.
Okay.
The last time I looked at the financials seriously,
That's what
Yes, and turn it on, please. And to you, Shane.
Yeah, Ken Mills, 20 Rocky Top Circle. It's kind of confusing because you prepare the budget, you operate for 11 months as if you were a governmental entity on a cash basis. In the 12th month, you reverse all that and you capitalize like that $404,000 that's for the well and money that you're spending for the rec center. That'll all be capitalized and be amortized over 20, 30, 40 years. So you that was $1 million worth of depreciation and you have a profit, you generated cash, okay?
All right, thank you. Thank you. Did anyone
Basic
else,
accounting.
did anyone else wish to speak about the CIP and the budget? Mr. Crowe?
Steve Crowe, 6 Horseshoe Drive. I got some generalized statements I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna skedaddle. I do appreciate the work the board has done on the infrastructure over the past year. You guys did what others said they would do and didn't do. We got the PRVs done. There I'm not thinking of, but other things that, contrary to what some say, the can was kicked down the road. We've known about PRV valves for years. But it wasn't until this past year we got them done. So I appreciate the board's commitment to those things. I still have a problem with your inability to come up with priorities when it comes to spending. It amazes me that you can't look at items and say, these are necessities and these would be nice to have. The other day I heard the fire chief, and I wasn't here at that meeting, but I watched it, and tell the board personnel-wise what he needed, and I think the cost was something like $100,000. In the budget, I don't know. But the comment was made, well, we've got a tight budget. I never hear that comment when it comes to spending $330,000 on electric lawnmowers, so you don't wake up somebody whose bedroom's on the green. Okay, I don't care. Okay, if they didn't want to get woke up by golf course maintenance, they shouldn't have lived on the golf course. It's just stupid. Now, Chief Lederer stood up here a few years ago before the ISO, another can kicked down the road, and told you exactly what was coming. Now, I'm not defending him. I don't know what kind of guy he was. We got a good chief now. But he said the same thing. He told you what was coming, and he got the same response. Well, it's a tight budget. It's never tight when it comes to $1 million rec center that we didn't need. It never comes up to golf. It never comes up to a restaurant that is not making $29,000 a year. We know that, don't we? It's going to lose over $100,000. What are we going to do about that? When are we going to start holding people accountable and say, look, you need to get the revenue up? But yet you'll come to the homeowners and say, well, we're thinking about raising AOBs $50. It's only $4 to $8 a month. The point is, it ain't your $4 to $8. It's my $4 to $8. And don't come to me wanting to spend it and asking for more until you can tighten your belt and you can cut spending in other areas and then say, we're broke. Okay, if we don't raise these AOBs, we can't provide necessary services. Water is necessary. Fire is necessary. Roads are necessary, although I can dodge a pothole, I can't go without water from the spigot. You gotta set priorities. You come up with a $53,000 kitchen, I know that's off the table. We don't need a kitchen. Nobody use it. Nobody's gonna use that rec center for a place to get together. It's a place to check in, to swim, and play golf. That's it. We don't need all that, but we got it anyway, because we want to sell the sizzle. That's just stuck in my head. The restaurant's not making money, it's losing money. Close the sucker down. If it was a privately owned business, it would have been broke years ago. If not enough people want to eat there to sustain it, shut it down. Sell cold sandwiches and Cokes out of a machine or something. How would you keep operating something at a loss like that? If it was me, I'd take every non-essential department and I'd task that manager with a 10% reduction in expenses. Right off the top. They can figure out how to make it work. And look, if they can't, you can find somebody that can. Cuts need to be made, and if you can't increase revenue, and not by jacking the green fees up to where nobody pays, but if you can't market it better, and if you can't draw in more people to it, we'll find somebody that can. And if you can't live with a reasonable rec center, with reasonable amenities, okay, a dishwasher, really? Use paper plates. One more thing I'm gonna say that I shouldn't say, and it's not budget related, but you're gonna hear it just the same. I don't have much of a filter. I wasn't here and I haven't been able, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed for the chairperson. I was embarrassed. Oh, that lady, an apology. What you did last week was uncalled for. And you and I agree a lot more than we disagree. But there is no excuse for that outburst. And for you to get up out of your chair and approach that lady in an aggressive manner, we'll talk later. You owe her an apology. And you need to get your temper under control and serve the residents and serve the citizens that voted you on this board. Not lose your temper and act like that. And I apologize if that offends y'all, but that's what I think. And if anybody don't like what I think, I'll hang around for a little while. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Danny, passed another, he's passing me notes, just like in grade school. Since we are $400,000 more cash, do we want to discuss adding the chief's personnel to the tune of 100?
It would actually be 110, because we already have 30,000 already budgeted. It's an addition to that.
So we're doing 110?
It would be roughly 110. We already have
Any
30,000.
feelings, and
Personnel.
That allows for
That'll give us how many, 24 hours a day?
Certainly. Right now, we have one full-time person on, and they're by themselves at the station, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. By increasing our number of part-time personnel, since we already use them some during the week, we can have 2 people at the station ready to go 24 hours a week, or 24 hours a day, 7 days a week by this increase. We already budget about $30,000 for part-timers. What I'm asking is for an increase to cover the rest of the days of the week for a total of roughly $140,000. But we already have $30,000 budgeted, so it'll be $110.
Can you hire those people? Are they available?
I already have 8, and I have a waiting list of people that would like to work part-time for us.
comments?
I would move that we approve this. Sure, and it's gonna help our ads, so.
We will
Just add it to-
adjust our CIP and add it to our budget proposal. And no other comments from the public. We will now put the motion to a question. Are you ready for the motion, commissioners? The motion is consideration action to adopt the budget for fiscal year 2024. Commissioner Stacks, will you please call the roll of the commissioners?
Commissioner Dye,
Yes.
Commissioner Childers,
Yes.
Commissioner Brown,
Yes.
Commissioner Ms. Rath,
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Okay, by unanimous vote, the motion has been carried to approve the 2024 budget. Where's the champagne? Okay, so that's good, and I'm pleased with the way that's all worked out. Any further commissioner comments? Anything anybody needs to add before we wrap up? The next regular meeting is scheduled for Monday, November 27, 2023. A special meeting will be held on Monday, December 11, unless we choose to change that, in which case everyone will be notified. And the December 25th regular meeting has been canceled. That's our scheduling agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Been seconded to adjourn the meeting. The meeting is closed. Thank you, everyone, for your participation.